Lecture. Hello. Now today we will start with the unit number 2, planning and organizing at supervisory level. As we already discussed, after completion of your diploma, you are going to join in the organization as a supervisor and then gradually progress to the low level management, middle level management, and finally to the top level management. So this journey requires nearly 15 to 20 years of period. But as soon as you are going to join the industry as a fresher, then you will work as a supervisor in the industry. Okay, that is also called as a training engineers with a probation period of nearly 6 months or 1 year, depending on the various organization. And if you are going to join in the say government organization, there may be apprenticeship position for you. Now, whatever your role, when you are going to join in the industry, you are not a worker. Remember, you are not a worker, you are minimum supervisor. Okay, so you are not supposed to do the day to say physical work. You need to just coordinate the work which is done by the laborers. Okay, so when you are going to coordinate, you need to do the proper planning. So if my planning is proper, then only I will get the results, final result. So in unit number 2 we are going to discuss planning and organizing at supervisory level. Okay, so now basically what is meant by planning? Everyone is doing planning. Okay, everyone is doing planning in his life on day-to-day basis. Okay, these are short-term planning, or if you are going to plan for your career, then this is called as the long-term planning. Okay, so everyone is going to do the planning, but we are not intentionally or not you are simply doing the planning over there. Sometimes we are going to, our plan is not going to be executed, then you are going to re-plan it. Okay, you are going to check control over the plan, whether my plan is going as per the say what you are decided in that manner or not. Okay, so what first we are going, before going for what is planning and all this thing, we will discuss what are the definitions of planning. So now, according to Snoods and O'Daniel, planning is deciding in advance what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and who is to do it. Okay, so basically planning is what? Okay, so when you are going to do the plan, what you are going to do first? We are going to decide what to do. आपण आधी काय करतो, काय करायचं आहे. ओके, हाऊ टू डू, कसं करायचंय, वेन टू डू, केव्हा करायचंय. Okay, and who is going to do it? Okay, who is the person who is going to accomplish this task? So my planning has 4 questions. These are the 4 primary questions for any planning. What to do? I must ask to myself that what I have to do. Then once you get the answer that you have to do this, then the second question, how to do it? Okay, what are the various methods, what are the various alternatives for accomplishing this task? Okay, so this is the second question. Then third question, when to do it? Okay, you need to find out the time, suitable time for doing that activity. And the last one, who is to do it, who is going to accomplish the task, who is going to perform this task. Okay, simple example. Now say I want to do certain planning. Okay, so the first thing is that I must know what I have to exactly do it. Okay, so I have decided I want to go to Shirdi. My planning is what? I want to go to Shirdi. So my destination goal is fixed. Okay, so when you're going to do the planning, you first thing is that you have to set up your goal. You have to set up your objective. Okay, once your goal or objective is set, then the next question, how to accomplish that objective, how to accomplish that objective, or how to achieve that goals. Okay, so if I want to go to Shirdi, okay, as my objective is fixed, what is my objective? I want to go to Shirdi from Kopargaon. Okay, then how to do it? There are multiple methods, there are multiple ways to accomplish that task. The first task may be, or first method may be, I can go by car, I can go by bike, I can go by bicycle, I can go by public transport such as your bus, I can go by private transport, okay, or I can go by say train also. So these are the various methods, or these are the various alternatives which are available for me to go from Kopargaon to Shirdi. Okay, so these 2 questions, then you have to find out the best alternative which is suitable for it. Okay, so now I have decided I want to go by bicycle. Okay, so first is what? I have decided my goal that I want to go to Shirdi. Then how to do it? I have number of alternatives. I have selected that I want to go by bicycle. Then the next question, when to do it? At what time I have to do that? Because a time is required for this one. Okay, so first I have to decide at what time. So I have decided that on Thursday I am going to plan to go by bicycle to Shirdi. Okay, so my three questions are answered: what to do, how to do it, and when to do it, and who is to do it. So basically, as I have planning, I am planning it, so I am going to execute. So who is also important. But as a manager, when you are going to take the planning, when you are going to make the planning for something, you are not the person who are going to implement the task. The workers are going to implement the task. So at that time you need to consider this worker over here, who is going to do it. So that may be a supervisor, that may be a worker, okay, that may be a maintenance person, that may be a production person, that may be a financial assistant, maybe okay, anyone. Okay, the task is related to that person who is going to accomplish that task. So it bridges the gap from where we are and where we want to go. So basically what the planning will do, it will bridge the gap between where we are and where we want to go. Okay, so when your planning is proper, okay, आपण आता जिथं आहे आणि आपल्याला जिथं जायचं आहे, मीन्स युअर करंट स्टेट अँड युअर से टार्गेट. ओके, so it will act as a bridge between these two. You can easily go from this one to that place, means point A to point B. But for that purpose, what is required? Your planning is required. Proper planning is required. It is the essence of exercise of the foresight, and that's why it is also called as it is the essence of exercise of the foresight. So for that purpose, you need to just consider what is going to be happen in the future. We need to predict the future to a certain extent. Okay, so this is according to Knowles and the O'Daniel. Now, as per the MS Hardley, planning is deciding in advance what to be done, what is to be done. Okay, so when Hardley has proposed the definition of planning, he says that planning is nothing but deciding in advance what is to be done. Okay, what is to be done in the I am going to just consider at this moment that tomorrow I want to do this, tomorrow I want to do that, or day after tomorrow I want to do this. So we are going to decide in advance. Okay, so planning is related to the future. Okay, planning is not related to the present, planning is related to the future. We are going to decide in advance what is to be done. It involves, and what it involves the selection of objectives, it involves the policies, it involves the procedures, it involves the programs among the various alternatives. Okay, as we already discussed that for a single objective there are multiple methods, multiple ways to achieve that objective. So basically we have n number of methods or alternatives to achieve that objective. Okay, so you have to find out the best suitable objective for you, whatever the objective which is suitable for you. Definitely you have to remember that. Okay, so when you are going to find out that thing is going to be happen in the small time, you have to pay more money. Okay, your financial resources are inversely proportional to the time. If time is more, financial resources are less. Okay, if time is less, then I need to spend more financial resources. I want to spend more money. So simply I want to go from Shirdi to Mumbai. Okay, if I am going by car, if I am going by bus, it may take 5 hours. If I am going by car, it may take 4 hours. If I am going by helicopter, then it may take 1 hour. Okay, so but if you are going to consider the financial resources, if you are going by bus, it hardly costs you 350 rupees. If you are going by car, it costs you more than 1000 of rupees. But if you are going by say helicopter, then it will cost you more than 6000 rupees. Okay, so your time is inversely proportional to the financial resources. Okay, if you are going to spend more money, the time required for executing the task will be less. Okay, and if you are not spending the more money, the time required may be more in that case also. So based on your resources, whatever the resources available with you, you need to find out the best alternative which is suitable for you. Then as per Haying and Macy, planning is the function of manager in which he decide in advance what he will do. Okay, so Macy and Haying says that planning is the function of manager. Manager is going to perform a number of functions, out of which planning is a major function and the first function, in which the manager will decide in advance what he will do. Okay, he is going to decide he want to do in advance, means definitely it is related to, remember planning is related to future only. It is the decision making process. So planning is basically a decision making process of special kind. It is an intelligent process in which creative mind and imaginations are essential. So remember one thing, it is an intelligent process, and when you are going to say intelligent process, it requires the creative mind and imagination, because we need to find out the different alternative, we need to find out the what is going to be happen in the future and how it is going to be happen, like that you need to consider all the factors. So it requires a creative mind, it requires the lot of imaginations over there. Every person, whether he is in business or not, has framed a number of plans during his life. So as we already discussed that everyone has planned the make the plan. Okay, all of you already make the plan that if the exam is coming, say now that government has decided to conduct the exam. So the final year students have already started in planning that we all to do the study in this manner, like that one. So everyone has done the planning for his life. Okay, the plan may be short term plan or it may be a long term plan. Okay, so planning is the first most important primary function of the management. The plan are two types, short term plan and long term plan. Okay, and planning is the most important primary function. Every manager, every management has to do the planning, and this is the primary function of every management. Only after planning it is possible to organize the resources, then you are going to start recruit the staff, then you are going to control it, and then you are going to direct it. Okay, direct it and then control it. So it has been said that a well plan is half done. This is very important saying. Okay, if your planning is good, then nearly 50% of work is already done over there. Okay, so well plan is half done. It is the common saying. It involves thinking in advance and getting ready for the future. Basically, what is in the planning? We are thinking in advance that if something is going to be happen in this manner, then what I have to do. Okay, so thinking ahead and getting ready for the future. This is the most important thing related to the plan. It resolves in advance what should be done. So when you properly plan, then you are not supposed to take the decision when that circumstances arises, because at that time if you are going to waste your time in thinking that if this situation arises and I have to do this one or that one, so what is going to be happen, that circumstances may go on changing and you are going to suffer in the suffer from the losses. And in business, time is very important. Okay, so we cannot compare time with money over here, but because you can just earn the money at any moment of time, but if time is very crucial factor so in the business, sometimes if you are not going to make the timely decision, you may suffer from the losses, that may be millions of dollars or that may be loss of your reputations or anything. Okay, so uh, thinking in advance, planning is basically what we are going to think in advance. Okay, if some problem will arises in this manner, then how I will tackle that problem, or how to find out the solution for this problem. We are going to just do it in the planning phase only, in the earlier phase only, by considering what is going to be happen in the future. But sometimes it is not possible for us to predict the future 100%. Just today's scenario is that due to COVID-19, okay, no one has think about this one, this something is going to be happen in the future, and then what is the scenario of the business. Okay, some things is going to be unpredicted, most of the things are unpredicted, but to certain extent we can predict the future. Okay, and this can be happen with the help of, say, a number of studies are there. Okay, so if you are working in the manufacturing business, then you can just study the trends for the last 10 years, 20 years, just like we are thinking about the monsoon. Okay, we are going to predict the monsoon to certain extent. How we are going to predict the monsoon? By studying the monsoon behavior over the past 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. We are going to just collect the data. By analyzing the data, we can just study that in this case this is going to happen. If the temperature of this season is like this one, then the chances of monsoon or rain will be like this one. So we can by studying the past data, to certain extent, we can predict the future. Okay, but it is not 100%. It is awareness of the future course of action. Planning is achieving the objective and choosing a course of action to, yeah. Planning is achieving the objective. What is the planning? Basically, we have set up certain objectives. Okay, so top management have decided certain objective. Then the supervisor or the lower level management has given the objective. They have to decide achieve those objective. Okay, so basically what happen, if objective is not there or goal is not there, it is not possible for us to just go on. Say I don't know where to go and I am just start walking. Okay, where I will reach? But if I have a goal in my mind that I want to go to Shirdi or I want to go to Pune, if goal is there in my mind, I have set the direction, then only I can direct myself in that direction, and definitely I will achieve my objective. Okay, so objective or goal is very very important. Choosing a course of action to achieve this objective. Okay, so planning is achieving the objective, and what you need to choose, you need to select a course of action. There are so many alternatives available. Out of those alternatives you have to find out a single alternative, and you have to just go with that alternative. Planning involves conviction of the specific objective, program, setting policies, strategies, rules, procedure, and preparing budgets. So what are the parts of the planning? When I am going to say I have to do the planning, so first I have to do what? I have to set the objective. Okay, then I have to find out the program. Okay, what are the steps? Program is what? Program is nothing but the steps required to execute, okay, or steps required to accomplish that activity, that is called as the program. Okay, then setting policies. Once I have decided that I have to set the policies that this should be done in this way, this should be this, then the strategies is there, rules are there. Okay, so I am going to set certain rules. Okay, so rules may vary from organization to organization, plan to plan, and person to person also the rule may get vary over here. Procedure, just like rule is what? Okay, so when you are going to turn, you need to give the indicator, right indicator, left, this is one rule over there. When you are going to just walk along the way, you have to just follow the left hand path only. Okay, while crossing the road you need to follow the zebra crossing. If the signal is red you need to stop, if the signal is green you need to go. These are certain rules. In the same manner, in my business also I am going to set certain rules. Okay, and I am going to set certain procedure. These rules and procedure will define that the person will follow, or the workers will follow the certain guidelines, and then they have to follow the achieve the targets. Planning is a function which is executed by manager at all level. Okay, so planning is not only related to the lower level management, it is the functions which is executed by middle level management, top level management, and supervisory management. So when you are going to join the organization, you have to just involve in the day-to-day planning. So after getting an experience of 2 to 3 years, you are going to appointed, or you are going to promoted as a middle level manager. Then after that, once you get the experience of 10 or 15 years over there, you are going to appointed or promoted as a top level management. In the supervisor will take the day-to-day decisions, short term planning. Middle level manager will take the middle term planning, 1 year to 3 years, and the top level management will take the care of the long term planning, that is 3 years to 15 to 20 years also. Okay, so strategic plans are there, tactical plans are there, and operational plans are there. Top level managements are dealing with the strategic planning, middle level managers are dealing with the tactical planning, and supervisors are dealing with the operational planning, day to day activities. A planning provide a clear sense of direction. So if your planning is there, then it will provide you the clear sense of direction to the activities of organization and job behavior of managers and other. Okay, if you have already done the planning, then you will get the clear cut idea that I have to do, I have to do this in this way, and all these things. Okay, so planning provides a clear sense of direction. Your direction is clear that you want to accomplish the activities in this manner. Okay, it will show you the job behavior of managers. Planning is an attempt to forecast the futures in order to achieve the better performance. So basically in planning we are going to forecasting the future. Okay, just we have discussed when it planning is related to the future. So planning is an attempt to forecast the future. What is going to be happen in the future? What may be the trend of this one? Okay, so this is like that. We are going to predict the forecast. Okay, forecast the future. And why you are going to forecast the future? Because I want to achieve the better performance, I want to improve my profit, I want to improve my reputations. For that purpose I am going to forecast the future. Okay, a supervisor or foreman is concerned with the direct supervision of worker. So as a supervisor, as just we have discussed, as after completion of your diploma you are going to be work as a supervisor in the organization. So you are concerned with the direct supervision of the worker by planning and executing the activities given by the top management. Okay, so in this case, what is your role? Your role is that whatever the task which is given by the top management, what are the activities which are targets which are given by the top management, middle level management, we want to execute, we can to accomplish that activities or tasks. And for that purpose, what is required? A day-to-day planning is required, a weekly planning is required, fortnight planning is required, monthly planning is required. Okay, and you are supposed to allocate the resources, number of workers, machinery, material to accomplish that objectives or the task. Okay, so your role is very very important over there, because you are not supposed not only have to make the plan. You want to get the plan executed with the help of your subordinates. Okay, so at the supervisory level you are going to learn a lot of things. Okay, so definitely there are conflicts are there. Supervisors, when you are going to join as a supervisor in the any organizations, you don't know the culture of organizations. The workers may think that you are a newcomer and all this, so you need to just use your interpersonal skills over there. And whatever, remember one thing, whatever you have studied in your curriculum, only 30 to 40% technical knowledge is used in the industry. Other things are only and only your communication skill. Okay, and your interpersonal skill, how you are going to handle the situation, how you are going to deal with the peoples. Okay, technical knowledge definitely it is required, but to certain extent it is required to 30 to 40%. Okay, because whatever the technology you are going to study in your curriculum, most of the technology is outdated, that is not going to be used in the industry nowadays. Okay, the industry uses the different technology which is not included in your curriculum yet. Okay, so definitely what happened, when you are going to do a work of a supervisor, you have to learn that technology also. You need to deal with the peoples, you need to find out the different types of the problems over there, you need to just solve those problems. So interpersonal skills are very very important over there, such as conflict resolution is there. Okay, then there are different things you need to just do there over there. Planning safe working conditions are okay. So next is what, planning safe working conditions are responsibilities of all, which include supervisor, worker, manager and top level manager. Okay, so when you have to do at certain level, the working condition should be safe over there. If the working conditions are not safe, then it is quite difficult for you to execute the plan properly, because the workers are not get motivated. Okay, they are always under the stress over there. However, customers cannot be a part of it. Okay, safe working condition is related to the internal structure of the organization. Customers are the external, so it is not, they are not the exact directly influenced by the safe working condition over there. In the organization, the supervisor usually makes short term plans. Okay, just as you have discussed, that a supervisor, you have to make the short term plan at the max 1 year. Okay, while the top level manager will make the long term plan. Okay, so when you are going to discuss with the top level manager, they have to make the long term plan, but the short term plans are mostly useful for short office, managing groups of employee, work team, workshop, etc. Short term plans are always flexible, so this is very important over there. Whatever the plans you are going to make, these plans should be always flexible. Flexible means what? As we already discussed, my organization is running in the changing environment, dynamic environment. My environment or surrounding is always changing. It is influenced by the socio-economics, political, then seasonal, number of things are there. Okay, so basically if you are going to plan and some circumstances will suddenly changes, okay, so definitely you should be able to mold your plan, you should be able to make changes in your plan. So your plan should be flexible, the plan should not be rigid. If your plan is rigid, then definitely your organization will break. But if it is a flexible, then you can mold the plan and you can just there are chances that you can sustain in the long run. Okay, and change as per the available condition. Also, the operational plans are based on the fast performance of organizations and less uncertain and flexible. Okay, so these operational plans are basically based on the past performance, as we are operating in the business for n number of years. Okay, or your competitors are operated for the n number, so you just already have certain data, past data. With that past data you can just mold your plan. Say just like what is the purchasing behavior of the say public during Diwali. So during Diwali, what the publics are going to purchase? During Diwali, they are going to purchase the flowers, they are going to purchase the crackers, they are going to purchase the mithai. Okay, so you know that. And if your organization is dealing in that case, then definitely you are going to do that. So past performance, okay, of your organization, you can just use for considering the making the plan for this year. Okay, and also less these are less uncertain and flexible. Supervisors are internally focused on planning activity. As a supervisor, you have to be focused on the planning activity only. Okay, while the top managements are externally focused on the planning. So as a supervisor, you are dealing with the planning which is inside the industry. Your the external factors may not affect you. Okay, as a supervisor, you are not supposed to consider the external factors. That is the work of your middle level management and top level management. They are going to focus on the external factors. Okay, so socio-economic factors, cultural factors, monsoon, seasonal factors. This is the work of your top management and middle. But supervisor work is related to the internal activities like this one. What are the resources available? Whether all the machines are in working condition? Is the maintenance schedule is need to be carried out for certain machines? Okay, if resources are required, then how to arrange those resources? If some worker is not available, then you need to replace that worker with someone else. Okay, so you are dealing with the internal factors, that is man, machinery, material, methods. Okay, you are not supposed to consider at the beginning level the external socio-economic or cultural factors. Planning may get failed if there is a sudden change in technology, narrow focus, ignorance. Okay, so basically what happens, sometimes my planning will fail. Now take the today's condition over here. Due to COVID, every organization has done the planning, but this is the unforeseen event that is going to be occur, and this is going to be occur all over the world, not only in certain area. ओके, जगातल्या प्रत्येक कानाकोपऱ्यामध्ये आज कोविडचा इफेक्ट झालेला आहे. त्यामुळे ज्यांनी जी प्लॅनिंग केली होती त्यांनी कधीच विचार केला नव्हता अशी सिच्युएशन येऊ शकतो. सो बेसिकली व्हॉट एव्हर द प्लॅनिंग यू आर गोइंग टू जस्ट डन, दॅट इज गोइंग टू बी टोटली कोलॅप्स if there is a sudden change in technology. So if my technology is going to suddenly change, say if you are going to consider, if you are going to consider the case of your say landline phones. Okay, so when the mobile phone comes into the picture, all the landline phones are going to be replaced. Okay, the technology is going to be just I think so, in between landline and mobile there is one device called as the pager. मोबाईल यायच्या आधी आणि लँडलाईनच्या मध्ये लँडलाईन टू मोबाईल मायग्रेशनच्या आधी एक पेजर नावाचं डिव्हाइस आलेलं होतं. ओके, दॅट टेक्नॉलॉजी विल हार्डली सस्टेन फॉर 1 year at the max. Okay, nowadays no one knows the major name of that pager. You may search on Google जर कधी सर्च केलं तर बघू शकता की पेजर नावाचं एक डिव्हाइस आलेलं होतं मोबाईलच्या आधी इन 1999. ओके, 98, 99, 2000 या टाइमला ते एक पेजर नावाचं डिव्हाइस होतं. सो द टेक्नॉलॉजी इज सडनली डिस्ट्रॉइड. व्हॉट हॅपन, दॅट इज दिस इज अ वायरलेस डिव्हाइस. Okay, but that we cannot receive the call on that, we can get only certain message. Okay, so it is in between your landline technology and in between mobile technology. So because of sudden changes in the technology, when the mobile technology comes into the picture, your pager devices are vanishes. In the same manner, landline is, no one is going to use landline nowadays. Narrow focus, ignorance of the historical data, ignoring the competitors. If you are going to do that one, then your planning will definitely fail. What is the importance of planning over there? Okay, planning is very important in all types of organizations, whether business or non-business, private or public, or small and large. Okay, so whatever my organization may be, either it is a business organization or is non-business organization. Business organization means the organization which are going to make certain profit. Non-business organizations are those organizations, that is the NGOs and all these things. These are not designed to make the public profit. Private, it may be a private or it may be a public organization, just like Tata Group is a private organization and your Sailwell is a public organization. It may be small or large. Okay, if it is the small organization having only 10 employees or something, or it may be large organization having the 10,000 employees. Okay, whatever the organization size, whatever the nature of the business, planning is very very important. Whatever the case may be, the organization which thinks much ahead about it, what it can do in future, is likely to be as compared to one which fails to do so. Okay, so it is very important, the organizations which are thinking much ahead about what it can do in future is likely to be compared which fails to do so. Okay, so if you are going to consider the example of Apple. Okay, so in that case they have Steve Jobs has think about the mobile technology at that times. Okay, so definitely they are the competitor, they have the very good share in the market. Okay, so basically when you are going to think something different in the future, what is going to be likely used in the future, so definitely you will get the competitive advantage over your competitors. Planning is important because of the following reasons. Okay, now what are the reasons by which planning is required? Planning is the first and foremost function of the management. Other functions follow planning. Okay, so we already discussed the functions of management: planning, organizing, staffing, leading, and controlling. Out of these, planning is the first function. Okay, planning is the first and foremost function of the management, any management. Okay, what what is not planned cannot be organized and controlled. This is very very important. If you are not planned, then it is not possible for you organize it and control it. Okay, so planning is very very important. What is not planned cannot be organized. ओके, मी जर प्लॅनिंगच केलेली नसेल तर मला ऑर्गनाईज करताच येणार नाही, मला रिसोर्सेस अलोकेट करता येणार नाही. ओके, सिम्पली यू आर डन द प्लॅनिंग. आय वॉन्ट टू मेक अ टाइम टेबल फॉर स्टडी पर्पज. एक्झाम यायच्या आधी आपण कसा टाइम टेबल करतो, एक्झाम 15 दिवसांनी आहे, टाइम टेबल आल्यानंतर आपण लगेच प्लॅनिंग करतो की मला आहे ना या दिवशी हा सब्जेक्ट स्टडी करायचा वगैरे असायचं. सो इफ यू आर नॉट डन द प्लॅनिंग, is it possible for you to allocate the time for doing the study for the various subject? It is quite difficult for you. And if you are not allocate, is it possible for you to control this one? Okay, so first planning is very very important. Planning is the first and foremost function, and if planning is there, as we already discussed that if planning is proper, then the work is half done. Okay, but if planning is not proper, then it is not possible for you to execute the task. Planning establishes the objective and all other functions are performed to achieve the objectives set by the planning process. So what the planning will do, planning will establish the objective. प्लॅनिंग काय करतं, गोल सेट करतं, आणि तो गोल सेट केल्यानंतर तुम्ही बाकीचे फंक्शन्स आहेत ओके ते फंक्शन्स त्याला हे करतात, इम्प्लिमेंट करतात फॉर अचिव्हिंग दोज ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह. अदर फंक्शन्स आर परफॉर्म. तुम्ही ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह सेट केला, गोल सेट केला की मग बाकी फंक्शन आहे ते आपण करत चालतो. ओके, अँड देन what is the purpose of that? I want to achieve that objective set by the planning process. To minimize the risk and uncertainties, the organizations continuously interact with the external dynamic environment. As we already discussed that my organization is always working in the dynamic environment. Okay, so definitely what happens if certain changes are occurring in the dynamic environment, that will definitely affect my organization. There is a great amount of risk and uncertainty, and as my dynamic environment is changing one, continuously changing one, so there is a risk and there is uncertainty. I cannot predict what is going to be happen. Okay, predicting the future is quite difficult for you, but with help of past data and something we can certain to some extent we can predict that this might be happen, but 100% we cannot predict it. Planning helps the manager to cope up with and prepare for changing environment. So if you already done the planning, then you can help the manager okay to cope up with the changes and prepare the changing environment, prepare for the changing environment. Okay, so this is very helpful because you are giving certain things, certain ideas to the manager that this might be happening, and for this purpose you have to prepare yourself in this manner. Okay, manager can reduce the risk and uncertainty by using rational and fact-based procedure for making the decision. So basically decision making is also a very important thing. There is a separate subject for the decision making, okay, in which you need to find out the various tools. We need to use the various tools for assessing the whatever the decision you are going to make. Okay, the probability there. Okay, because sometimes you are going to use the probability over there. There is a quantitative method technology that can be used for the risk assessment and uncertainty using for the rational and fact-based procedure for making the decision. So there is a special subject in the management curriculum that is called as the quantitative methods. In the quantitative methods we are going to study a n number of methods for finding out the risk, okay, and finding out what are the impacts of this decision if I am going to make this decision in this manner, whether what are the chances that decision may be succeed or is going to be fail. Okay, so that is the different topic over here. When you are actually working in that organization, at that time you are going to use those tools. Nowadays the tools are software based tools are available, just like Microsoft Project. They will give you the number of tools, inbuilt tools by which you can make the risk assessment, uncertainty assessment, and for that purpose you can use rational as well as the fact based procedure. Then to focus on the attention, to focus attention on the objectives. Planning focus on the organization objectives and direction of action for achieving these objectives. Okay, so basic purpose of planning is what? It focus on the organization objective. It will focus on the goals of the organizations. Okay, and directions. Okay, if I have set the goals, then definitely I have must have the direction. मला जर शिर्डीला जायचं असेल आणि मी मनमाडच्या डायरेक्शनला चालत गेलो तर शिर्डीला पोहोचेल का? Okay, it is not possible because Shirdi is in opposite direction. I am walking in the opposite direction. It is not possible for me to achieve the goals. So definitely what happens, a planning focus on the organization goals and also gives the direction for the action for achieving these goals or objectives. It helps manager to apply and coordinate all resources. Okay, so it also helps the managers to apply and coordinate all the efforts, resources. There are n number of resources available in organizations, and these resources are normally categorized into 5 parts, that is man, machinery, material, methods and money. So you can just apply these resources, coordinate all resources in organization. For what purpose? For effectively achieving the objectives. Whatever the objectives, whatever the goals which is set by the planner, top management, which can for achieving the goals I can allocate these resources. Okay, the whole organization is forced to embrace identical goals and collaborate in the achieving them. So basically, what is you are supposed to do? Whatever the organization goal is that, okay, you should be make a plan in such a way that you should work in the same way, in the same direction to achieve the goals. Okay, your goal must align with the goal of the top management. Your goal must be aligned with the goal of the top management. Basically what happens, top management will decide the long term goal, but achieving the long term goal is not possible at the same instant, so we need to break that goal into the short term goals. Okay, the management has decided I want to achieve this goal within the 15 years, but if you are going to just trying to do at that first day I want to achieve this one, remember Rome is not built in one day. Okay, this is the problem. To achieve the target you require time, and it requires consistent efforts. Okay, your efforts must be consistent and it must be regular. Okay, so then only it is possible to reach the goals. Say I am saying that I want to go to शिर्डी. आपण आधी एक्झाम्पल बघूया, मला शिर्डीला जायचं आहे आणि मी चालायला सुरुवात केली, नंतर थोड्या वेळानं 10 मिनिटं चालल्यानंतर बसून राहिलो, म्हटलं आता नाही जायचं याच्यावर. सो इज इट पॉसिबल फॉर मी टू रीच ओव्हर देअर? No. So your effort should be consistent. I have to consistently go, then only it is possible for me to reach towards the goal, otherwise it is not possible to reach towards the goal. Okay, or achieve the goals. It to facilitate the control, planning sets the goals and develop plans to achieve them. Okay, so basically in planning what you are going to do, we are going to set the goals, we are going to set the targets, and we are going to develop plans to achieve them. आपण प्लॅनिंग मध्ये काय करतो, टार्गेट सेट करतो आणि ते टार्गेट अचीव करण्याकरता वेगवेगळी प्लॅनिंग करतो. Those goals and plan becomes the standard and benchmark against the actual performance, against which the actual performance can be measured. Whatever the set goals we have decided in the planning, these will act as a standard and benchmark. Okay, and against this I will measure my actual performance. Okay, just like you allocate the resources, that for completing the study of management I will allocate 3 days. ओके, आणि 3 दिवसामध्ये तुमचं झालं नाही तर मग तुम्ही त्याच्यामध्ये काय करणार आहे, ते 3 days आर युअर बेंचमार्क. यू आर गोइंग टू कम्पेअर युअर ॲक्च्युअल परफॉर्मन्स विथ द टार्गेट वन. ओके, सो फॉर फर्स्ट चॅप्टर आय विल allocate 3 hours, and if it does not 3 hours you allocated, this 3 hours is your benchmark. Actually it may takes more time or it may takes less time. It will take less time, then it is good, but if it will take the more time, then definitely you need to change your planning. Okay, control involves measurements of actual performance, comparing with the standards, and initiating the corrective action if there is a deviations. So this is very important. If there is a deviations, I have set the target that I want to accomplish this task in 3 hours. Okay, and if I am not able to complete the task in 3 hours, it requires 4 hours. Definitely what happened, there is a deviations. So 3 hour minus 4 hour. Okay, so it is minus 1 hour deviation is there. So it then minus 1 hour deviation is required. So what I need to do the correction. Either there are 2 types of correction. Either I can change in my methods, I can change in my procedure, or I can change the timeline, a benchmark. Okay, so there are 2 types of correction. So control is required. Okay, so control ensures that the activity conforms to the plan. When I am going to use the control, it will confirm that my activities are conform to the plans. Hence control can be exercised if there are plans. So whenever there is a plan, there must be a control. To increase the organization effectiveness. Effectiveness implies that the organization is able to achieve the objective within the given resources. Okay, so resources are limited. Okay, so man is limited, machinery is limited, material is limited, methods, okay, and money. So my resources are limited. So what I have to do, I want to achieve the objective, I want to achieve my target within that given resources. So if you are going to use the resources in a proper manner, then that is called as the effectiveness. Effectiveness implies that the organization is able to achieve the objective within the given resources. ओके, तुम्हाला 100 रुपये दिलेले आणि 100 रुपयामध्ये एखादी टास्क कंप्लीट करायला सांगितलं. इफ यू आर गोइंग टू कंप्लीट द टास्क विदिन दॅट गिवन 100 rupees, then that means that you are effectively used. There is a effectiveness in using your achieving the target. Okay, but if you are not able to complete the task within that stipulated time period or within the stipulated budget, then that is the ineffectiveness. Okay, so the resources are put in way which ensures the maximum contribution to the organization objective. So basically what you are going to do, we are going to put the resources in such a way that which will ensure the maximum contribution to the organization objective, and here we are using the word optimum. Okay, they have used the word minimum and maximum over here, but basically we are going to use the word optimum over here. Optimum means what? It is not maximum, it is not minimum, whatever they require, that is the okay. So effectiveness lead to the success, and if I have the effectiveness, basically definitely it will lead to the success. If you are using your resources properly, if you are using your time properly, and remember in life, okay, I am not saying that it is remember for this moment only, but remember throughout the life, time is the most important resource. Okay, time is the most important resource. We cannot purchase a single second or single microsecond with millions of dollar also. Okay, so the most important resource in any organizations or in your life is the time. So if you are using it effectively, definitely it will lead to the success. Now, hierarchy of the plans. Various organization plans discussed above are interlinked and may be arranged in the hierarchy in which higher order plans helps to derive the lower order plan. So we are going to just arrange the plan in the hierarchical levels from top to bottoms. So higher level plans will help to derive the lower level plan. In turn, the lower level plan contribute to the achievement of the higher level plan. Okay, as I can derive my lower level plan from the higher level plan. म्हणजे जसं माझे खालच्या लेवलचे म्हणजे सुपरवायझरनी प्लॅन बनवलाय कोणाच्यापासनं, टॉप लेवलचा प्लॅन जो असेल, टॉप मॅनेजमेंटने डिसाईड केलेला त्यांच्यापासून यांनी टार्गेट प्लॅन बनवलाय. ओके, तर प्लॅनिंग करताना आपण टॉप टू बॉटम जातो, पण टार्गेट अचीव करताना बॉटम टू टॉप जातोय. ओके, फॉर प्लॅनिंग यू आर गोइंग फ्रॉम top to bottom, but for achieving the target you are going from bottom to top. The lower level plan contribute to the achievement of objective of the higher order plan. The hierarchical natures of various plan is presented. So the first one is mission, then objective, then strategies, procedure, rules and procedure, program and projects, budget, and the last one is the target. Now mission and purpose. Every organization is a purposive creation which has some objective and the end result for which the organization is to strive. Okay, so basically what happened, each organization has its mission, okay, and purpose for why that organization will exist. Okay, each and everyone has certain purpose. Even your life has certain purpose. We are never asked the question what is the purpose of my life over here, but definitely each and everything which exists on this universe has certain purpose. Okay, so definitely my business also has certain purpose. So every organization is purposive creation. का बरं ऑर्गनायझेशन का बनवलेली आहे? कारण त्याच्या मागे काही पर्पज आहे. काही पर्पज नसता तर ऑर्गनायझेशन तयार झालेली असती का? सो एव्हरी ऑर्गनायझेशन इज अ पर्पजिव्ह क्रिएशन विच हॅज सम ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह, आणि त्याचे काही ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह आहेत. ते ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह म्हणजे काय? त्याचे गोल्स आहेत अँड द एंड रिझल्ट फॉर विच द ऑर्गनायझेशन स्ट्राईव्ह, आणि ते ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह अचीव्ह करण्याकरता ती ऑर्गनायझेशन आज अवेलेबल आहे किंवा आज ती exist. Okay, that's for achieving that target the organization is still exist. The end results are referred as mission. Okay, and that end result is called as mission, purpose, goal, target, etc. There are different names for that end result. That may be called as mission of the organization, that is called as the purpose of organization, that is called as the goal of organization, that is called as the target of organization. Today also you are exist over here, there is certain reason behind your existence, why you are exist over here. Okay, and if you when you are going to find out that reason, then only you are going to just apply 100% of your energy. Okay, which are often used interchangeably. These are the terms which can be used interchangeably. Sometimes it is called as mission, sometimes it is called as purpose, sometimes it is called as goal, sometimes it is called as target. However, there are different in the context in which these terms are used. Okay, they can be used interchangeably, but their context is different. For the different organization, the context go on changing. The supervisor role is to follow the mission set by the authorities and suggest any improvement to the top management for necessary action. What is the role of supervisor? Here the role of supervisor is to follow the mission set by authorities mission is set by the top level management. Okay, so it is set by the authorities, and the supervisor has to suggest improvement. If some improvements are required in this one, then supervisor has the right to suggest the improvement to the top management for necessary action. Then from after mission there is objective. मिशन झाल्यानंतर दुसरा पार्ट आहे. अकॉर्डिंग टू द मॅकफार्लँड, ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह आर द गोल, एम्स, पर्पज दॅट ऑर्गनायझेशन विश टू अचीव ओव्हर द व्हॅरिंग पिरियड ऑफ टाइम. ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह म्हणजे काय आहे? ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह म्हणजे तुमचं गोल असेल, पर्पज असेल, एम असेल, ते ऑर्गनायझेशनला अचीव करायचं आहे विदिन सर्टन पिरियड ऑफ टाइम. दॅट पिरियड मे बी 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, 20 year or 100 year. Every organization is established for the purpose of achieving some objective. Each and every organization has certain objective, and the organization has to achieve that objective over the period of time. An individual who starts the business has the objective of earning profit. Basically, all the business are start with to earn the profit. A charitable institution which starts schools, a charitable, sorry, this is not a charitable, this is a charitable institution such as schools and colleges, has the objective of rendering service to the public in the field of education. Okay, some businesses has the objective of earning profit. Some charitable organizations such as schools and colleges have the objective of rendering service to the public in the field of education. Okay, so nowadays it is quite difficult for you to find such organization. Okay, then objectives may differ from one organization to another organization. Objective is the term used to indicate the end point of activity for which the organization is established to and tries to achieve. Okay, what is objective? Objective is the term used to indicate the end point. Objective काय म्हणजे तुमचा एंड पॉइंट आहे, गोल आहे ऍक्टिव्हिटी. जी ऍक्टिव्हिटी संपल्यानंतर तुम्हाला काहीतरी मिळेल, दॅट इज युअर ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह फॉर विच द ऑर्गनायझेशन इज इस्टॅब्लिश्ड अँड ट्राईज टू अचीव. Supervisor consider main define objectives and split into smaller objective in order to implement day to day. Okay, basically what happens, this objective, as we already discussed, if I want to take a lunch, okay, and in my thali someone has served me 2 chapatis, I cannot finish 2 chapatis in a single bite. Okay, what you are going to do, we are going to divide the chapatis into number of section, and we are going to take one by one. In the same manner, the top management objectives cannot be achieved directly. So for that purpose, you need to split that objective into smaller objective in order to implement. So objective must be split into the smaller objective, and that can be in order to implement day-to-day work from worker. प्रत्येक लेक्चरची रेकॉर्डिंग असते. मी जरी तिकडे मला माहिती नाही गेलं ते रेकॉर्डिंग. Okay, then strategies. Every organization has developed Every organization has to develop a plan logically from goal by considering the strength, weakness, opportunities and threats. So that's why in the last lectures we have discussed the SWOT analysis. Okay, every organization has to do the SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis means identifying their strength, identifying their weaknesses, identifying the opportunities and identifying the threats to the organizations. Okay, why? Because my organization is always working in the dynamic changing environment, and as the environment is changing, so definitely there are certain opportunities, certain threats are there, and because of the internal factor there are certain strength and weakness. Strength and weakness are the internal things, and opportunities and threats are the external things. A strategy is a plan which takes into these factors. Okay, so what is a strategy? Strategy is a plan which takes into these factors and provide an optimal match between the firm's and external environment. Okay, so internal and external environment. So when you're going to form a strategy, we are going to consider all these factors: strength, weaknesses, opportunities and threats, and then you are going to find out the match. So what are my strengths? I will just map my strengths with the opportunities. I will map my weaknesses with the threats. Okay, and then I will just find out the relationship between these two. Two activities are involved in the strategy formulation, namely environmental appraisal and the corporate appraisal. So if I want to find out the form the strategy, there are two things I need to do. One is the environmental appraisal. I need to analyze the environment, and analyze the corporate sector also. Supervisor is engaged into internal activity, so his role is to look into the internal factors such as strength and weaknesses only. Now policies. According to the George Terry, policy is the verbal, written, implied overall guides setting up boundaries that supplies the general limits and direction in which the managerial actions will take place. What is policy? Policy is a verbal, or it may be a written. Okay, it may be a verbal documents or verbal instructions, or it may be a written documents, or implies overall guides, that implies the guidelines, setting up boundaries, that supplies the general limits and direction in which the managing action takes place. So these are the boundaries when you are going to play the cricket game खेळताना आपण बाउंड्री करून घेतो आणि बाउंड्रीच्या बाहेर गेलं तर त्याच्यामध्ये 4 असेल किंवा 6 असेल, तसंच त्या विदिन द बाउंड्री. Okay, so you are going to set up the boundary. So within that boundary, if you are going to observe this thing.
Sorry, Mr. Murthy. Well, today you are only the one member from Polytechnic. Okay, and rest of SC Patil sir, just and Polytechnic
A policy is a general guidelines for decision making. It's about boundaries around decisions. Policy channelize the thinking of the organization member. Okay, so what the policy will do? So policy is basically a guideline, a general guideline for decision making. Okay, policy will just guide you while making the decision. It set up the boundary around the decisions. So when you are going to make the decisions, at that time you are not supposed to cross your boundaries over there. Okay, next is policy channelize the thinking of the organization members so that it is consistent with the organization's objective. So when I'm going to just use the policies for making my decisions should be consistent with the organizational objective. Policy provides the framework within which decisions are to be made by the person in various areas. Okay, so with the help of policies I can make the decisions related to the various areas. Then next comes the procedure. So procedure comes to the bottom level over here. Procedures are the detailed guidelines. If I want to say when you are going to perform the experiment in the lab, there is a procedure. आपण मशीनचे एक्सपेरिमेंट करत असेल किंवा कुठल्याही लॅबमध्ये इलेक्ट्रिकल लॅबमध्ये when you are going to perform certain experiment practicals, at that time there is a procedure is what? A detailed guidelines that you have to do this one, do this one, do this one. A procedure provides the detailed set of the instruction for performing a sequence of action involved in doing a certain piece of work. So basically in the procedure, a procedure gives you the detailed set of instruction that you have to do this one, this one, this one in this manner. Okay, so procedure provide detailed set of instruction for performing a sequence of action involving in doing a certain piece of work. Procedure is a list of systematic steps. What is the procedure? Procedure is a list of systematic steps for handling activities that occur regularly. ओके, याच्यामध्ये काय आहे की आपण स्टेप्स दिलेले आहे की यू हॅव टू फॉलो दिस स्टेप्स लाईक दिस वन. ओके, अँड these steps are going to, these activities are going to be regularly occur. The same steps are followed each time that activity is performed, and when you are going to perform that activity you have to follow the same steps over there. Okay, a streamlined, simplified and sound procedure helps to accelerate the clerical work without duplication and waste of efforts and other resources. Okay, if your procedure is streamlined, if your procedure is simplified, okay, so the work is going to be accelerated, your time is not going to be wasted over there, duplication of work is going to be reduces over there. Okay, and efforts are not going to be wasted, manpower is there, material is there, machinery is there, or the money is there, so resources cannot be wasted over there, duplication of work is going to be avoided. So for that purpose your procedure should be streamlined, the procedure should be simplified. Okay, supervisor plays a key role in forming a procedure, in formulating the procedure to implement the defined objective. So whose work is this? Supervisor is responsible for forming the procedure or formulating the procedure. Okay, he makes the procedure to implement plans, handling machinery, carrying out the work stepwise. So what sort of procedure he is going to do, or what sort of the work can be done by the supervisor? So he will make the procedure to implement the plan. Handling the machines, if the worker has to handle the machine, then how to handle the machine, what are the steps? First you need to switch on the power supply. Okay, then you need to check whether the voltage is available, then you need to do that. So this is the procedure they have laid down. Okay, so then next comes the methods. Method is a prescribed way in which one step of procedure is to be performed. मेथडमध्ये काय करतो आपण की एक प्रोसिजरची एक स्टेप असेल ती कशी करायची, परफॉर्म करायची. इज अ प्रिस्क्राइब वे इन विच वन स्टेप ऑफ द प्रोसिजर इज टू बी परफॉर्म. मेथड इज दस अ कंपोनेंट ऑफ प्रोसिजर. What is method? Method is a part of procedure. It is a subcomponent of procedure. It means an established manner of doing the operation. What the method will mean? So it means that how to perform that task, how to just do that task. Medical examination is a part of recruitment and selection procedure. Method indicate the manner of conducting medical examination. So basically what happens when you are going to join the industry after your say during the recruitment process, the first step is what? say if you are going to work join in the private organization, they will conduct your interview. After conducting the interview, they will do the medical examination. In a medical examination, they were going to check your certain parameters, body parameters like this one. But if you are going to join the defense organization, the first step is the medical examination. Okay, so medical examination is a part of the recruitment and selection process. Methods indicate the manner of conducting medical examination. Method help in increasing the effectiveness and usefulness of the procedure. So basically what the method will do, method help me in increasing the effectiveness and usefulness of the procedure. The reduce fatigue. Okay, if your proper methods are proper, then the usefulness of the procedure increases, effectiveness will increases. This method, if the methods are properly designed, then they will reduce the fatigue, the quality of the product will be better, or the productivity will be better, low cost can be achieved by improving the existing methods. Okay, so when you are going to just properly define the methods, then at that time the fatigue will be reduces. Okay, productivity will increases, cost will be reduces. Methods can be improved by eliminating waste and conducting motion study. So what is a motion study? Motion study is normally conducted in the manufacturing industries. So in manufacturing industry, what they are going to do, a worker is executing certain task on the machine. They are going to find out, they are going to notice each and every activity of the worker, and they are going to find out the time required for doing the activity. Such thing is going to be performed number of times. That is called as the motion study. And then they are going to find out the time required for executing this task is this one. Okay, so these motion studies are also helpful for eliminating the waste and conduct. Okay, supervisor must be always focused, attentive to find the methods for improvement in the surrounding. As a supervisor, you should be attentive, okay, for finding out the methods for improvement in his surrounding. Then the next one is the rules. Rules are the simplest and most specific type of standing plan. Okay, what is rules? Rules are defined with the help of this one. These are the simplest and most specific type of the standing plans. Every organizations attempt to operate in an orderly way by laying down certain rules. Okay, and each and every organization has certain rules. Okay, rules are detailed and recorded instruction that specific action must or must not be performed in a given situation. Now, if you want to just do as a maintenance engineer, if you are going to join the maintenance department in the organization, then before going for the maintenance of the machine, you have to check the machine should be in the stop condition. Okay, so this is the rule. You have to check that one. Rules are more rigid than policies. Rules are rigid. Rules are not flexible. They cannot be changed suddenly. Rules are rigid than policies. Supervisor define rules to handle machinery. And who is going to define the rules? Supervisors are deciding the rules for. Supervisor define the rules for how to handle the machinery, code of conduct, discipline, precaution for handling the machinery. Okay, so when you are going to operate the machinery, you should always wear the gloves, or you should always wear the say chappals and all the shoes like this one. These are the certain rules over there. So how to handle the machinery, what is the code of conduct, what is the discipline you need to follow, then precautions. Okay, then next one is the program. Program is a single use plan. Okay, so this plan can be used only once. That is called as a program. It is a sequence of activities dictated towards the achievement of certain objectives. What is a program? Program is a sequence of activities dictated towards the achievement of the certain objective. Okay, a program is action based and result oriented. Basically, program is always action based. When I am going to implement certain program, there is certain actions are associated with, and if definitely there is a result. Program lay down the definite step which will be taken to accomplish the given task. Program क्या करता है आपला? Program will lay down certain definite steps that you have to follow these steps. Okay, to get this task done. The program is a complex objective. A program is a complex objective, policy, procedure, task assignment, step to be taken, resources to be employed, and other elementary to carry out the given course of action. So when you are going to say the program, a program is a complex of objective. It is related to the procedure, policies, task assignment, steps to be taken, resources to be employed, and other elements to be carried out in the given course of action. Then the last one is called as the budget. A budget is a single use plan. Again, program is a single use plan. In the same manner, my budget is also a single use plan, since it is drafted for a particular period of time. Basically, budget is drafted for 1 year. Okay, so this is drafted for specific period of time. My time period is over one financial year in most of the cases. The budget is the statement of expected result expressed in quantitative terms. Okay, so when I'm going to make a budget is a statement of expected results expressed in quantitative terms, that is rupees, man hour, product unit, etc. Okay, budget is also used as an instrument of material controls or managerial control. So okay, you can use budget as an instrument for controlling the management, whether the management is working in the proper directions or not. That for purpose I'm going to use the budget to check. It is a check instrument. It provides the standard by which actual operation can be measured. Okay, with the budget I can measure the actual operation with the say my reference standards, or with the say standard one. Variation could be controlled. Okay, so I can measure my actual performance, actual operations, and if there is any deviations, then I can implement the control over there. Making budget is clearly planning. So budget is nothing but a part of planning over here. The important budgets are, what are the various types of budgets? My sell budget is a one type of budget, then production budget is there, then cash budget is there, then revenue and expenditure budget is there. So there are different types of budgets. So sale budget is there, which are related to the manufacturing organizations as well as the service organizations. Okay, basically sale budget is related to the manufacturing organization. Production is budget is also done with the help of manufacturing as well as the process organizations. Cash budget is implemented by all types of organizations. Revenue expenses budget is also implemented by the all type organizations. A supervisor is mainly involved in making material budget, manpower budget. And as a supervisor, when you are going to join in the industry as a supervisor, you are involved in the process of material budgets and manpower budgets. You have to simply allocate the resources. Okay, that is manpower and machinery and material. Okay, so your role is involved into these three types of budgets only.